Hey guys, so welcome to the Women of Liberty Virtual Summit. Are y'all ready to have an amazing time this week? You are fresh off of July 4th, I know. And so it is my job to keep your spirits high and to keep you informed and really just revved up for the rest of this month. You know, if first and second quarter just really kind of beat you up or you came sliding in to third quarter, you may be looking for a place to just take it a deep breath and inhale again to get ready to finish out your year. And I'm so honored that God downloaded this particular topic, this particular summit into me to bring to you guys during the July 4th holiday, if you will. And so it's called the Women of Liberty Virtual Summit. You'll get an opportunity to hear from speakers throughout the week. And I hope that you enjoy them as much as I have. The fellowship, the information has been paramount. And so we're ready to get started. Make sure that as you're listening to the videos this week that you guys are responding back to our speakers. We can see it real time. And so they're looking for you to ask them questions. They're looking for you to take their topics and to expound upon them. That is what we're here for. And the Women of Liberty Summit really is talking about your liberties, you know, talking about your freedom and the essence of who you are and remembering your rights. And so we're excited. We have amazing speakers. I don't know which one you're going to end up liking. I like them all, obviously, but they all are experts and geniuses in their own rights and in their own fields and their own industry. So no question, guys, this week is a dumb question, okay? Ask all the questions, ask them. Put them right here on our Facebook page. You can comment in the comments below of this very video, or you can post it right on the wall of the event. And again, they're going to be watching and they're going to be looking and responding back. Now, don't forget, an awesome part of this summit, as we always do, is giveaways. Who doesn't like a great giveaway? We got to do that. And so in order for you to participate in that particular part, you guys, you got to click going. And it's not too late. If you're just joining us for the first time throughout this week, then you can click going. Go from interested to going for us. Will you do that? And your name will be entered to win some amazing drawings that we do at the end of the summit. So let's get started. Tavetta Patterson, are you ready?
I am ready.
Woohoo! Let's do it. Look, we are fresh from the beach. We are fresh from the pool. We have done the burgers and the grilling out. And I know that you're going to bring some hot information to kind of just keep us on that plateau, right, of excitement and energy. So tell them, kick off with who you are and take it away. The floor is yours.
Awesome. I am Tavetta Patterson. I am both thankful and excited to be here. I am here to talk about what liberty means to me and how we are creating liberty through our company, Abundant Life Publications. My topic for today is live free. You see that? We see that? We see that. Live free. That's what I'll be talking about today. I will be sharing my favorite 5 tips to help people transform their life spiritually, financially, mentally, and emotionally. And so, liberty, what does it mean to me? To me, it means freedom. Freedom to be your true self based on who God created you to be. Freedom to forgive, freedom to live the life of your biggest, boldest dream without regard for what people will say about you on the sidelines. Freedom to live in agreement with what the Word of God says about you. Freedom to confess what it says about you. And freedom to live in peace, because what I have learned personally is once you become non-negotiable about your peace, freedom is inevitable. I am here to talk about what it means to live in freedom. Freedom to help other people, right? Because it's more than enough room at the top. It is usually the bottom that's overcrowded. And so our business, we have built in a consulting component specifically to help people in business. Because when I started out in 2006, February of 2006, I had questions and I would ask people questions and they would look at me like, no, we don't give out information. I said, okay, this is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the information. I'm going to figure out a way to keep the information in here so that as I build, I am lifting and I am climbing. And so specifically, the question was asked, what does liberty have to do with entrepreneurship? And for me, liberty can lead to entrepreneurship when you're free from what people think about you and how you live your dream. It can lead you to a higher level of freedom in your business. And then your business is connected to liberty, because entrepreneurship gives you liberty with your time. It gives you liberty financially. It gives you the liberty to actually help people live their dreams, because sometimes when we take off with our dreams, that will give someone else the courage to live their dream as well. And so that's what I endeavor to do through our business, Abundant Life Publications. I know that it's also important to focus on what you are called and chosen by God to accomplish through your business, because you'll get pulled in many different directions, but definitive focus leads to definitive success in every area of your business. So focus will be a key component to maintaining your liberty as well. When you are an entrepreneur, you can provide opportunities. You can set your own schedule. You can teach people how to manage their time and how to maintain their liberty at a faster pace, in a sense. That's what my experience has been. So that's the connection between liberty and entrepreneurship. The other question that was posed is, how do we create freedom for men and women? So I mentioned the ability to create freedom financially and time-wise, but some of the experiences that we create through our business, we started the Worthy Empowerment Tour. With that tour, we literally travel from city to city and help people understand their worth. We have a motto. So when you said you were doing this, I was like, this is perfect alignment. Our motto for the tour is, where free people, free people. We are a group of people who all at some point in time struggle with either worth or freedom or the liberty to live our biggest, boldest dream. But once we got it, it was like, okay, we need to go out and help other people get it so that they can experience the liberty to live their dreams. And so that's what we do on the Worthy Empowerment Tour. We've had 4 different events with that tour. We started in Gary, Indiana, with the conference type format. And then in March, we had an overnight renewal in Vernon Hills, Illinois. April, we traveled to Indianapolis, Indiana with the conference format. And then in June, we had a paint party, because another component of freedom is fun. You are free, even as an adult, to get out and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Take the liberty that children take. They don't ask for permission to have a good time. They will make their own party, enjoy themselves, and do it without regard for who's watching. And so that's what our 4th event was about. It was the Worthy Empowerment Tour paint party. And so we just believe that liberty and freedom, it goes hand in hand. And you don't have to ask for permission. It is something that is your birthright. You were born worthy of freedom and liberty. And so if there's something that you choose to take from this particular video, I would say take that. Freedom is your birthright. To live in liberty, that is your birthright. And so that's how we create freedom for men and women. We take experiences out in the world and we make sure that people understand that they are worthy and they are free, because it all goes hand in hand. So another way that we create freedom through our business is we listen. We listen to people's dreams and we figure out what platform your dream will work best. And so for the artists, the authors, and public speakers who work with our company, we provide them tools such as digital marketing kits to help them connect with opportunities to live their dreams out loud. We deliver speeches, workshops at schools, corporations, and community organizations through Abundant Life Publications. So those are ways that we connect our business to communities and help people. The question was asked, what do you do well and why? I would say personally and professionally, I help people discover and live their purpose. And I do that because that is what I was called and chosen to do on the earth. And so I want to ensure that at every level of my life, I am living my purpose. And then the next question that was asked is, what results does our brand provide? So since being established February 2nd of 2006, Abundant Life Publications has developed systems to duplicate success. We publish 10 magazines, 7 books, 13 television programs, a YouTube channel. We've helped other people start their careers, and we empower people to experience liberty and great success in life. And we empower them to do that fearlessly without regard for what people will think or say, because the reality is people will always have something to say. Might as well give them something good to talk about. And so that's what we do. I was asked last week, I believe it was, during a radio interview. A person said to me, how do you find the time to accomplish so much? I said it's simple. I say yes to what is in alignment with the purpose and plan of God for my life. Everything else is a no. If it does not line up with my purpose and plan, I can't do it, because I am responsible for living my purpose and living it in liberty. So I'll give you some examples, because I believe in simplifying. Sometimes some people will say things are easier said than done. So a few examples. I was given an assignment to help people get free from the secrets of their past. I sat down and I began to write. As a result, I wrote my first novel. It was entitled The Secrets We Keep. Practical, right? I was given an assignment to help people get free from defeat. Specifically, my mother passed, and grief tried to make me still, make me get in a posture where I would not move forward. And it was like, wait a minute, I have to be free from this. And so I sat down once again. I began to write. And I wrote a book entitled From Morning to Morning. It was my personal declaration of freedom from that process of feeling like I couldn't get victory over grief. And so now that I have learned how to get victory over grief, I teach that. So I developed a program. I teach it on college campuses. I teach it at corporations. I teach it to families, because another component of liberty is once we are free, the highest form of appreciation and gratitude for our own liberty is to help someone else get free. And so I believe that this was a perfect topic, because we are in a season where we are celebrating independence and freedom and liberty. And so how can we take what we've gained and make it larger in the world? We do that by reaching and teaching. And so that's another component of being responsible for my purpose, living in my liberty, and helping other people learn to live in their liberty. And so, once again, our topic for today is live free. I am able to fulfill each assignment in my life, one, by the grace of God, but also because I have made a commitment to those words, live free in every area of life. I am free to live without being bombarded by, what is this person thinking? What are they going to say? No, that really doesn't matter. Because when you say no, no is a declaration. No is a complete sentence. No is a liberating factor in your life. I have learned the more focused and clear you are about your no, the more your yes will run and find you. So whatever it is that you want to say yes to being, doing, and having in life, whatever, I'm going to repeat that, whatever you want to say yes to being, having, and doing in life, that means something has to be told no, or someone has to be told no. And so now I'm free. What do you get to do as a result of freedom? As a result of freedom, I get to enjoy my peace. I get to enjoy travel as therapy. I get to enjoy meeting new people, riding, living a life that I love, and loving the life that I get to live on a daily basis. I only do what I love, because I have been granted liberty. I get to celebrate my liberty on a daily basis. I get to build a business with integrity. I get to build a purpose-driven business. I get to enjoy vacation. When I go on vacation, I take a real vacation. I often go to places like Disney. I went to Disney twice. And the first time I went, I was an adult. But let me tell you something. I experienced it as a child without regard of who would judge me or who would say, why is this adult acting like a child? It was my first time. I was excited. As a result of my excitement, most of the Disney characters came up to me and gave me gifts and pens and awards and ribbons. And I was like, isn't this something special? So the lesson I got from that is when you are liberated and you know how to walk in your freedom, light attracts light. Liberty attracts liberty. Joy attracts joy. And so while people were waiting in line to meet these characters, they were giving me gifts. I'm like, all right, I can roll with this lifestyle, guy. I'm enjoying this liberty situation. And so, yes, it gives me the freedom to travel and enjoy life. Every assignment that I've been blessed to complete in life, it is the absolute result of the grace of God. My life is not a life that started out with like, here's your silver spoon, here's your platter, here's everything you want in life. No, I was dealt a different set of cards. I am the daughter of a single mother, born and raised in the housing projects of Gary, Indiana. Moved from there into communities where it was low graduation rates, had poverty, had crime, ended up in a relationship, well, a couple of relationships with domestic violence from 16 to 21 years old. And something happened when I turned 21. When I was a grown woman, and I said, wait a minute, we doing something real different and kind of wrong. We need to know what freedom is really like. And so I made the decision to pursue my freedom. I had a doctor's appointment last weekend. The lady that was doing the paperwork, she said, have you ever experienced domestic violence? I said, yes, ma'am, from 16 to 21. She said, do you experience it now? I said, absolutely not. And I was able to say a firm no, because once you experience liberty, bondage can no longer be an option for you. Once your mind has stretched to feel what liberty feels like, you can't settle. Because when you settle for less, you get even less than what you are settling for. And I had this conversation previous to our interview today, and I was sharing with a friend that sometimes we live in a society where people are actually living in bondage in reality, but their fantasy or their social media life looks like freedom. And I said to her, I would prefer the reality of living in freedom and liberty than a social media status or a fantasy of actually living in bondage. And we get to choose that path in life. I was in a relationship or a couple of relationships from age 16 to 21 because I did not move. But once I moved into freedom, backwards was no longer an option. And if you're hearing this message today, even if you are in a situation where you are in bondage or in a situation of domestic violence, I would say to you, do whatever you can to move forward. When I say forward, I mean even if it's small steps. Forward is forward. Big steps and little steps. As long as you're facing forward and moving forward toward the life of your dreams, towards freedom and liberty, I celebrate that decision. Just move forward. Forward is forward. And so now, for me, liberty is my lifestyle. I refuse to settle for anything less than the best. And I want to address specifically two areas because they were life changers for me: spiritual liberty and financial liberty. So I grew up with a godmother who instilled in me that the Spirit of the Lord lived inside me. So she made it like God was up close and personal. So I felt like God, me and God, we friends. I can talk, I can hear. We got this open line of communication. And what I learned as an adult, it was actually word-based. 1 John 4:4, it says that you belong to God. You've already won the victory because the spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world. And then 2 Corinthians 3:17 reads, now the Lord is the spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. I'm like, okay, so this makes sense to me, because to me that means wherever I go, God goes with me. And as a result, that makes me a carrier of liberty, and that makes my life a distribution center of liberty. Think about that for a moment. We are supposed to experience liberty every day and in every way. We are supposed to experience liberty in every area of our lives. Think about that. You are carrying liberty everywhere you go, if you so choose, right? So once again, we get to make the choice, but we are purposed to live in liberty, and that's why my topic today was live free. True spiritual liberty happens when you discover that, as I said earlier, liberty is a birthright. So it's not something that's external. It's not something you have to reach for. It's something within. It's a decision. It's a commitment. It's a lifestyle, but it's all in here. And so what I believe is important is to get clear about whose work you decide to work on. Do we decide to work on surface level, or do we decide to work in here and get to our real true liberty? And so that's what I wanted to say about spiritual liberty. I also wanted to touch on the topic as I transition to financial liberty. I wanted to discuss how once you make the decision, I'm going to be free, live in my liberty, focus would be the next thing. I read in Proverbs 4:25, it says, keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshow distractions.
And Tavetta, if I can, I want to pause us real quick, because you are just, I mean, I don't know. I hope that y'all are keeping up and writing. I really, my mind is over here just spinning. What an amazing experience this has been already. I'm still on the distribution center, and she done gone on. I'm still at the center. And so somebody find me at the center. And so as you guys are listening, make sure that you're jotting down these aha moments that you're experiencing. Put them on the Facebook page. That way, when you go back, you can experience these videos over and over and over again. And write down, let Tavetta know what kind of struck a chord with you, right? As you're listening, my God, I just wanted to honor you in the distribution center of liberty. You know, when you think about hiring and firing, many of you guys have teams, employees, or you're thinking about doing that, you know, even putting into play not just yourself. Now maybe you're in a season where you're raising up other leaders. I know Tavetta knows about this, and so you're trying to figure out, all right, I got my stuff together, now I got to help somebody else. She talked about reaching forward and reaching back. Well, that's a balance, right? You have to be okay to balance not only your life, but now when God gives you more, right? Now he's like, you got it together. Okay, great. We opened this distribution center. We've had the ribbon cutting, but now I need you to pause to be able to have the capacity, watch this, to serve someone else. So your focus is right and your movement is great. But now I feel as though, Tavetta, you know, we're in a season where people are saying, Tavetta, Leslie, I got my life under control. Who thank God for us, you know, as much as we can, right? But now I'm being called to greater. Now I'm being called to usher in this tribe or this team. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I now manage all of that, right? So I love that you spoke to that metaphor of the distribution center, bringing people in, ushering them back out, raising up leaders, and then putting them back out. That is kingdom work, you all. And I think oftentimes there's so many people that die just working on themselves. They spent their whole life just working on themselves. They didn't get around to being able to help others. And guys, time is short. So not only do we have to focus on our personal goals, but we got to figure out how to facilitate the community. Come on, Tavetta. I just had to stop that.
Right. I'm here for it. I love it. So that process looks like documenting systems, documenting the steps that you took, If you are a speaker, that can go hand in hand with being an author. Presenting information through a course, through a book, through a team training system, through a professional development. We take programs to schools and provide professional development. We take programs to colleges because the college will host the program and the community can come in and receive. Everything that we do, it is important that it is documented so then it can be replicated. See, the people that I talked about in the beginning that withheld their information didn't see that true success is when you equip your successors. It's not in holding it all in to yourself. And so what we do is we take the information to people. We don't, because some people don't know how to reach out. Some people don't have the capacity to reach out. And so we take what we know to where the people are. And we say, here is what freedom looks like. These are the steps to take to get to it. Now it's up to you to walk it out. I cannot walk it out for you. I can bring it to you and then you receive it. And so that's what it is. It's not hard. What we're doing in life, what we see happen in life, great people and people of great success, they equip their successors. They don't see it as competition. I don't see anyone as my competition. When you are complete, you don't have to compete. And so true liberty, it helps you understand when God created you, you were created complete. When it was said it is finished, that was whatever you needed the it to be in your life. So that's the answer to your question. I believe. So that last statement that I read about avoiding the sideshow distractions, it's really about navigating the world that we live in. Reality is there are a lot of sideshow distractions in the world today. And so in order to stay focused on maintaining your liberty and helping anyone else, you have to have that freedom once again to say no, mean it, be done with it. Say no to anything that does not get in alignment with the purpose and plan of God for your life. The more focused you are on your liberty and helping others, the higher you go in life. And when you go high, you lift as you climb, then you're not at the top alone. You're at the top with the people who did the work to get to the top, okay? Because we are supposed to replicate success. The topic of financial liberty, I wanted to touch on because I know that some entrepreneurs will see this. And I wanted to ensure that we have that topic as a point of reference for our video, because I believe, and it's my belief, that true financial liberty as an entrepreneur happens when you charge what? Your God-given talents, your skills, your time, your years of education, years of experience, products and services are worth. True financial liberty is saying no to those business deals that do not honor you, that do not honor your time, that do not honor your education, that do not honor your years of experience. I like to call it purpose-driven profit. If you operate your business with integrity, the money will find you. It will be attracted to you. That means, as it relates to the no or the yes, no, if I cannot keep my integrity in check. No, if it doesn't honor the purpose and plan of God for this business. Every business needs to have a purpose and a plan and a vision. Because then when you hear offers, if it doesn't sound like that, then it's like, this is a no-go. It doesn't match. And in business, there will be opportunities to make great decisions, and there will be opportunities to make negative decisions that have negative consequences that can affect the growth of your business and your ability to replicate success in the life of your employees or your contractors or your business partners. And so as a business owner, there are situations that I have to say no to because my purpose is too valuable. The purpose, plan, and vision of our company is too valuable. The people that we help with our products and services services, I value them too much to dishonor the trust that they have instilled in our company at Abundant Life Publications. So I just wanted to share that because I thought it needed to be said. And sometimes we don't talk about the practical components of business. So I just wanted to share that. Lastly, I will talk about my journey because there was a gap in between where I was, where I am today. Who I am today, it has been a 20-year process of discovering my liberty, of learning how to walk in my liberty unapologetically, because in the beginning, when you start moving forward, you are taking baby steps, and sometimes your legs are shaking and your voice is trembling as you're moving forward. But I would encourage whoever is making decision today to walk toward their liberty, is even if you are in that state, keep moving forward, because forward is forward. And so once I found my voice, I started taking intentional steps. In 2002, I wrote my first book. I recorded my first spoken word CD because I found my voice. I was like, let me record my voice. Let me listen to my voice back. Let me hear me sharing words that encourage other people, but also that encourage me. And so that was one of the first things that I did that was like, okay, this is what freedom looks like and sounds like. And then I released my second and third book, and then a fourth and fifth book. And once I started, it was like, okay, it's no turning back. How do I teach other people? And so I took the time to help 3 other writers get their books out in the world. And then in 2013, my mother made her transition. And I made a huge leap of faith. And I sat down with a licensed, trained therapist who was a believer, because wise counsel is important. Liberty, sometimes you will need people to help give you tools until you know what your own tools are. And so for me, sitting myself still gave me the ability to hear better, to think better, to build a bigger tool, because I knew I was a force to be reckoned with in the world. But how to deal with the childhood traumas, the domestic violence trauma, second generation in, because I watched my mother go through it, and then I went through it. And so learning how to process these things, it took some additional help. So in 2013 until now, I believe that that was a life-changing experience for myself. Once I did that, I was able to then start bringing people in. So from 2013 to 2016 was that extensive therapy, family therapy, relationship therapy, individual therapy. That was 3 different therapists for me personally, because I had a lot to sort out, and I was very clear that I had a lot ahead of me still to accomplish. And so I sorted all the areas where I needed the help, got the help, and once I got those tools, it was like, okay, all right, God, I'm ready to go. And so in 2016, I had a full renewal experience the whole year. It was dedicated to personal renewal, development, finding out how to take what I learned and pass it on. So in 2017, I hosted my very first superhero sleepover. My favorite superhero, everyone that knows me knows I love Wonder Woman. And so I said, to come to this party, of course I'm turning 39, but to get in, you need to come with the understanding of who's your favorite superhero, a superhero outfit, and how can you relate your life to what you learned from this person. And so I told everyone, we all have some superhero within us. You may not have a name or title for that superhero, but within every person, you were born with some superpowers. And so that was kind of like a clarion call. We're going to get together. We're going to discover what our superpowers are, and we are going to go out and change the world. And literally from that experience, the next year in the spring season, I did an overnight renewal in Indianapolis, Indiana. That was 2018 that I started providing renewal experiences for groups, and people left there recharged, refilled, and walking in their freedom. Because once you get the understanding of what liberty means, it doesn't take a long time to implement it. And so that was 2018, and then 2019 we started the Worthy Empowerment Tour. And today I live in my liberty on a daily basis. So that was a little bit of my journey. Hopefully, a long story short, a 20-year journey. I told it in about 4, maybe 5 minutes. And so that was my journey to liberty and discovering my true freedom. We were asked to teach a skill. And so I wanted to do that in the 5 steps that I utilize on a daily basis to maintain my liberty. Number 1, of course, is I pray and ask God for help because I'm not an island. Number 2, I start each day with the word focused on my plan for the day. If you don't designate how your day will go, your day will designate how you're going to go. Number 3, set your own expectations. What does that mean? I have a mirror. Well, I have a mirror somewhere, but I decided to update my mirror to upgrade my life. And what that means is I have one mirror that says I am worthy. I have a sign on the side of my mirror that I get dressed in every day, and it has a list of declarations that as I'm getting ready, I say to myself, I am a world changer. I am free. I am ready for anything that comes my way. I am unstoppable. And so when you're getting prepared to go out in the world, set your own expectations because the world is waiting to give you their expectations. And so go out with your own. Number 4, decide to live free with the commitment, decision, and declaration. It's simple. Just say to yourself, I am free on a daily basis. And number 5, remember your rights. So earlier, Leslie, you talked about rights. I decided I'd write a list of rights. 1, right. You have the right to love in its purest form. You have the right to honor in its most consistent form. You have a right to peace in its most perfect form. You have a right to joy in its greatest form. You have a right to life in its most abundant form. You have a right to success in its happiest form. You have a right to respect in its most intentional form. That's my list of rights. Now you and everyone who gets the opportunity to view this video, you can make your own rights. You don't have to ask for a group discussion or vote. Whatever you want the right to in your life, you can write it and say, this is my own personal Bill of Rights that I live according to each day. Because freedom, it was tailor-made for you. All you have to do is choose it. I love telling short stories. And before I had the decision to wrap up the video, it was something that I was trying to gain, but I didn't hear it yet. And my roommate from college called me from out of town today. She shared the story of her friend that had a goal in mind. And she received a phone call with an offer. The offer was to be an assistant principal the upcoming school year. However, she said no. After she said no, she got 2 offers. Well, guess what, you all? The offer was to be a principal. Now, I shared earlier the importance of being clear about your no. And so that's where I want to end. She said no to vice principal, yes to being a principal. Then she packed up her truck. She moved to an entirely different state and accepted the position to be principal. So her clarity about her no allowed the yes to rush in the form of multiple offers. And so it gave her options. Clarity about your no will give you more than one option in life. Clarity about your no will propel your yes to find you and will equip you to be ready for your yes. It will expand your capacity to receive your yes. And so be clear. Stay free. Stay liberated. Thank you for viewing. If you want to reach me, I am on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as T Speaker Author, available online as tavetta.webs.com, by phone 219-730-7621. Once again, 219-730-7621. Leave comments, words of encouragement for people who may read your words in the comment section. Leave your questions. You have questions, we have answers and solutions. I thank you for viewing. God bless you. Continue success and progress in every area of your life. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Tavetta. Oh my word. Is your head spinning? I know. Just sit down. Sit down. It's okay. You just have to catch it. You know, the great thing about this summit is that you could go back and watch these videos throughout the rest of your weekend, throughout the rest of the month. You all, we're not going to take the page down. So please go back, watch the videos, take it all in, and then most importantly, take action. Tavetta, thank you so much for your words today and your availability to teach on this summit. And we thank God for you. You guys keep watching the virtual summit. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Make sure you reach out to every speaker. They're looking forward to get in touch with you and to help you implement their words. Have a great week.